Hi guys, how's it going? I hope you guys are all enjoying some decent March weather here on the coast. It's been really nice. I am currently at the Ferrari Maserati dealer in Vancouver, and we are having a look at a couple of cars today. You might ask, why am I looking at Ferraris in particular today? Well, and that is because I am actually looking at possibly getting our first Ferrari. So that will be an exciting thing. Haven't decided yet. There are other options which we'll be looking at, but let's go see what the object in question is today. Walking over here, the model I'm interested in is none other than the sort of mid-2000s F430, which was the follow-up to the very successful 360 Modena, and this was done in the mid-2000s. The Modena would have come out around 1999, I believe, after the discontinued 355. And so this is kind of a continuation of the design of the 360. Still has the aluminum, basic aluminum structure of the car. A mid-mounted 8-cylinder engine, V8 engine, which, as you might have guessed already, is 4.3 liters. It's a beautiful engine there. And in addition to that, this particular car is obviously a Spider. It has the F1 gearbox, so-called F1 gearbox, which is a single clutch automatic. These also came in a manual, but that's out of our price range, so we're not looking at a manual. This one is in a grigio titanio color. This just means titanium gray in English, if you prefer. Grigio titanio. Sounds better. Everything sounds better in Italian, doesn't it? Gelato. You know, instead of ice cream, gelato. It's got some beautiful lines to it. Obviously, the body's by Pininfarina, the famous coachworks that's worked with Ferrari and other manufacturers, but very well known for many beautiful Ferraris. This is sitting on a set of Bridgestone Potenza RE050A. They are 285 35 19 at the rear. At the front, we are looking at, what are we looking at here? 225 35 19. 225 and 285, so not terribly large. That's typical for this era. And we're looking at 19s front and rear, which is interesting. If you go to a 458, you'll get a 20 on the rear and a 19 at the front, and a wider tire too. We'll have a look at that other Ferrari over there, which is very special. We'll spend a bit of time on that one. Come in looking at the driver's side here. Let's have a look in here. I like the look of the driver's compartment in this car. It's fairly straightforward. It's not overdone in my opinion. You look at the door here, you've got one color leather all throughout here. Just one color leather. These seats are quite interesting, in a two-tone leather. And one of my favorite things on these models is that you've got the engine start button. I just like that. It's kind of Formula One-esque. And you got your Manatino switch also on the steering wheel here, which allows you to switch between different modes. There you've got obviously a snow mode. I don't know exactly what that is, just probably wet. So I don't know what you drive it in around town. No idea. Probably in sport mode. That would probably be a good mode. So it's fairly straightforward. What do we got here? You've got your oil pressure, water temperature, oil temperature. I like that. So oil temperature is one thing I'd really like to have in every car. I like to be able to see that, and my Panamera has that, and I do use it. The main gauge in the middle, of course, is your tachometer. I have to look up what the red line is, I don't know it. And then the speedo is in kilometers per hour. It's on the right hand side. This tells you that this car is a Canadian spec. I like these roundish vents here, and that was one thing I noticed in the Alfa Romeos. They have kind of a similar design, which is kind of fun. And then down here you have a few different settings. There's your reverse button. I actually don't know what that does. I'll have to look that up. And then your mirror control, you got a cigarette lighter, something like that. That's cute. Now we're still in the days here where you have the handbrake here rather than just an e-brake, which most cars have nowadays. This handle here is almost flush in its body color. It's quite nice, actually. Really easy to get your finger in there and just pull on it. That's nice because there's this concave feature there. So you notice the grills here have a square pattern, and that is also present on the top over here. Let's go to the front and see whether it's also here. I would imagine it would be. Yes, there it is. Same thing there, so that's well integrated. Kind of nice black Ferrari calipers here. Wheels are in nice shape. They could use a little bit more of a cleanup, and I know how that goes. I don't know how many times, you know, you wash your car and you know, you get in there and you wash the wheels or the rims, but there's a little bit of something extra in there, and it's just that extra time it takes to get it all out of there. I don't bother usually because it looks pretty good. But yeah, that rear could use a little bit more cleaning detail. If I were taking it to a car show or something, you have to get in there and do that extra bit of work. But honestly, on a day-to-day basis, you don't bother. I hope nobody does, unless you're completely OCD. Oh, I forgot. Mark took away the keys, so I can't pop the trunk for you. But it has actually a very good size frunk or front trunk, quite deep. There's no spare tire. So it has, in this particular car, there's the car cover bag with the car cover in it, which is taking up quite a bit of room, but you obviously wouldn't need that if you're just driving around. Just leave that at home. And so it's actually got quite a bit of trunk space. Certainly overnight bags would fit quite nicely. I don't know about golf clubs, because I didn't really think about that. Maybe it wouldn't fit a set of golf clubs. I don't know. If that's important to you, you better bring your golf clubs and check it out. Apparently this car is already spoken for. It's had a deposit on it. So in any case, I'm looking for a coupe, not a spider. I really just like coupes. So I'm not really in the market for this particular car. The guy to talk to is Mark Harrison at Ferrari Maserati Vancouver. And I'll put his number up here. I'll give you their switchboard number. It's 604-215-8778. This one is sold already, I'm told, but they get more cars in, and this is a really nice example. And Mark was telling me that most of their cars are sold with some kind of warranty, so minimum like a year warranty, and you can get an up to 2 years warranty on them, especially for cars which are under 15 years old. That's what I'm told. So I would recommend you come and have a look if you're in town and you want to discuss it. Give Mark Harrison a call. So that's the F430. We'll see what transpires with that in the next little while. I have some more tales to tell you coming up in the next couple of days about car goings on. I'm going to take my Black Beast, the Studebaker hot rod, out of storage. That's going to be menacing the streets again very shortly. We got the Daytona coupe out back on the road, so maybe I'll do something with that. I don't know about a video, but I'm going to take it to Cars and Coffee this Sunday morning, so that'll be fun. That's it for now. Let's have a look at some of the other cars.